All right. I guess it's only Marshall from the other side that came here. Anyway, let's ride along. I'll just continue where I stopped.
Yes, sir.
So
It's much better here.
yeah. So like I said, it's interactive class, yeah. So Marshall, where exactly did I stop before I logged on the other call?
Like you were talking about community being the engine to Web3. Then you were talking about protocol. Then you were talking, but it was lagging.
Oh, okay. So I was saying that protocol you had is not really. I was just giving an example. I was just giving an example. I said I was saying most of the um, blockchain protocols, NFT projects, DeFi platforms, they cannot really survive without people jumping into them. Okay, when I say people jumping into them, I mean community. Community definitely is a platform where you have group of persons that are actively in that are active or let me say actively building in that community. Just the way you said you have a group, a movie group. I said the Marshall group, yeah, that has group of persons that interact about movies, talk about movies, recommend movies, and all. The same thing happened in Web3 space where we call it a community, where a group of persons are gathered in the name of a particular product or a particular mission. Currently in the Web3 space is beyond products now. Most times, like I spoke with a particular project this morning. This time around, it's not really, they were not really building a product. I don't know if you've heard Little Unusual before. Little Unusual, they are not a product per se, but is a content creation platform, and they have a community in that too. So um, I was just trying to make it known to you that Web3 projects cannot really survive. They cannot really stand without community. And I said, can you still hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I said, community is like the engine. It's like the engine for every Web3 project. Community is like the engine for every Web3 project, Web3 product, or whatever stuff that is happening in the Web3 space. Community is actually like the engine. The way you hear Ethereum, Solana, Polkadot, all of these stuffs cannot survive. They can't stand without a community backing them up. And when I say it's communities like their engine, I said if you remove an engine from a car, it can't move. So if you remove Cardano's community from Cardano, Cardano does not exist without its community. Do you understand? The same way Solana does not exist without its community. It's the community that makes it thrive. It's the community that builds on Solana. It's the community that engage with everything, every product they bring in, every services that Solana offers. Okay, so and um, I said, what are some of these things that community offer that community offer to some of these Web3 projects? One of it I said is adoption. Yeah, that was the first thing I said. Communities bring adoption to most of these Web3 projects. For example, let's say, for example, let's still use the Marshall Group. Yeah, Marshall Group now, the people in charge of Marshall Group might have a particular movie they want. Maybe let's say, for example, Hollywood shot a movie and they want Marshall Group to like, okay, let me narrow this thing well. Hollywood is like a movie industry, yeah. They really need people to this is an example. This is no I'm not saying it's happening live, but it's an example, yeah. So Hollywood has a particular movie they've just produced, and they really want people to, get interested, view it, tell their friends of friends to watch it and all. So they can't just get into the eyes of every person like that. What they will do is they'll figure out a way to bring in they'll figure out a way to bring in communities like Marshall Group. Sorry, I'm giving this example, but I'm narrowing it down to Web3 space now. So just imagine this is happening in the Web3 space. So now, Hollywood is going to reach out to Marshall Group. Okay, see this so movie. We want you guys to talk about it in your group so that the community members, which are the users now, the community members can engage. They can see it, say their recommendations, talk about not recommendation now, say their opinion about the movie, talk about it on social media, tell their friends or friends. That's where you see people doing referral, doing so so and so. You get? So adoption is one of the major thing. I don't know, Marshall, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. I mean,
All right. So adoption is like the major thing. It's like one of the major thing, not the major thing, is one of the major thing community offers to the Web3 space, Web3 projects in particular. Then secondly, I said governance. Where you experience governance now in Web3 spaces, DAO. Yeah, DAO. Like I said, one of the visible and better example I could give is Jupiter. What actually happens in Jupiter? You know, the funny enough, okay, I think Solana did something like that recently, where everybody had to decide. There's a particular there's a particular decision that was made recently on Solana, and it was a group of persons. You make your own decision. You decide what happens in the community, and you decide what happened in the chain. Like Jupiter now, Jupiter, the it's I think their own happens often and on. If you're a token holder, you can use your token, and you can use your token stake, and from there you decide. Most times they will bring up a particular decision they want to make. Now, if you're a token holder or you're a member there, you can venture into there's a particular word they use for this. You can venture into you can decide which one the sorry that governance is actually a method they use to hear from the community what the community really wants, especially when they want to take a new route or when they want to make a new decision. Okay. So Jupiter is like one of the most times where you see governance is like DAOs. Okay. Most times where you see governance play out is actually in DAOs. So um, most of this community offer room for governance in the Web3 space, and like, for example, now in the Web2 space, yeah. Let's say, for example, in the Web2 space, the people that call the shots, in most of the firms are like either the CEO or maybe the top the top top three or the top guys in that particular firm. But in Web3 space now, the Web3 space, the decision is actually made by the community. Okay, the decision is actually made by the community, and not the founder also. So adoption adoption was the first thing I mentioned. Secondly, I mentioned governance. Then thirdly, I'll say um, community also offer value to the Web3 projects or the Web3 space, yeah, community offers value. A strong community can actually turn a project into gold. Let's say, for example, I don't know if any one of you have heard of Constitution DAO. I don't know if anybody heard of it. While I was preparing for this class, I think I saw an article on that. I saw an article on that on Constitution DAO. I think as of 2021, it was just a random group, a random group of people like crypto enthusiasts. Yeah, but I think those guys came together and they raised almost, is it $50 million? Yeah, Constitution DAO. They came together and they raised funds. They raised up to $50 million or so. Let me not exaggerate. Let's just say $40 million. And it's something that happened within days. Okay, so, and funny enough, they raised that fund just to just to bid on a particular copy of US Constitution. Yeah, I think that was even why they called the name of the DAO Constitution DAO. So it looks wild, but it's just to tell you the power of community. Yeah, they came together. You can just call them crypto fans, but um, they switched something that is just common as crypto enthusiasts. They just switched it from um, crypto fans to Constitution DAO. So they gave that community value. So it's actually users or community now are actually the people that bring value to the Web3 space. Okay, so bottom line, community for Web3 space to exist, yeah, for Web3 space to stand, they need community, and it's only community that can prove that a particular project in the Web3 space is trustable. And if any project does not have community, then when I say community, I definitely mean users. Now, any project that does not have a community is success is not guaranteed for that particular project. Trust me, I don't think that particular project is going to thrive. Okay, so um, talking about some of this stuff, um, I want to let me look at the people in the class more. It's still Marshall. So talking about that, Marshall, please, I want to hear from you. Is there any Web3 community you've come across or you've ventured into?
Ah, Web3, like I'm very new in the space, like I'm very, very new. And it's still Value Cup that I don't know of any other community.
So curiosity have not made you to check out if there is maybe even reading. While reading,
Like
you
really,
just
yes, I mean, like I've been reading on Web3, but not about communities. Like I've been reading Introduction to Web3, the Web3 ecosystem, not not about communities. Like I've been reading something like Binance, Ethereum, and all of those. So I've not, although like my interest lies in community management and all of that, but I've not explored the communities.
oh, okay, it's still okay. So since you know Value Corp, I hope you know Value Corp is a community.
Yes, I do.
Good. Now, from everything I've been saying, what exactly, as a community, what exactly is Value Corp offering?
Ah, they are offering value.
Okay, I like the answer. I was thinking you start
Because
speaking English.
this is one of the things they are offering. Sir?
I said I like your answer. I was thinking you start speaking English.
Ah, no. I mean, this particular bootcamp is one of the things they offer, and it's full of value. So I feel like they are offering value to people, to community members.
Oh, okay. All right. So, um, I just wanted to hear that. I wanted to hear your own view, see if you really understand what I'm talking about. So, yeah, Value Corp is actually a community of different talents. Yeah, in as much as this is a community building boot camp, there are other tracks that are going on. Data analytics and some other tracks are going on. So it's a community of different talents. Yeah, and they are built on the mantra value first, money next. Okay, so um and it's still value corp is still on the web3 space. I hope you understand.
Yes,
And
sir.
yeah, so I want you to understand that for every community they have something they offer. Okay, they have something they offer. I mentioned adoption, value, governance. Value Corp is still growing very soon. I'm not going to say for sure, but I think they've ticked value. Okay, value corp has ticked value. Now value corp has also ticked adoption, because after now some of you are going to be intending with some of the projects that will be coming up. After now some of you are going to be venturing into some of the chains that are going to partner with value corp. So um value corp has ticked value corp has ticked adoption. With time, I believe, by the grace of God, when things will now get robust and value corp will now start getting their own method of rewarding members, and create their own token and all, there's going to still be room for governance and all. Okay, so I just wanted you to picture out how what I've been saying plays out in real life. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. So since how I wish you have experience, or maybe you've noticed any other community, but then it's okay. We'll still ride along. So I'll still ask you a very brief question. So, Value Corp now is a Web3 community, yeah?
Yes.
Good. And Marshall Group, let's say, let's still use our previous example. Marshall Group is a Web2 community.
Yes, sir.
Let me not use Web2 now before you get confused. Let's say the conventional, traditional community that we all know.
Okay.
Good. Now, I want you to like look into these two different communities. Can you tell me um one thing? No, tell me not one or two. Now, just tell me what you think in your mind that is similar. Tell me similarities and something that is different between the both.
Mm, okay. In terms of similarities, both ValueCorp and the Marshall Group, they have uh they have admins, like people that moderate or coordinate the community. So yes, they
Yes.
have admins. Then what else? What else? Okay, yes, they both provide value because they give me recommendations and all of that too. So they offer value too. And what else? So differences. I'm trying to think of any difference between them. Um uh, 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 uh. Aside the content being different, as in one is Web3 and the other is just about movies. So I don't I cannot really think of any difference currently between both of them.
All right. So you're very correct. I like the way you are so open with the way you think. So definitely there's going to be difference, because the difference is obvious with just looking at web 2 and web 3. So you just say you just notice that these people are decentralized and these people are centralized. That's the first thing you observe. I don't know if you know the difference between centralization and decentralization.
Not really, not really, sir.
Okay, good. This is like foundational class. All right. So centralized, yeah, is I need to explain this thing in a way that you understand it very, very easily. So centralized is the normal. I was using the word traditional. It's
Yes.
it's a firm where you you don't really have ownership of stuffs. Let's say, for example, like the regular bank now is a centralized firm.
Okay.
The regular bank is a centralized firm. You put
Like
your
it is
money in the
owned.
it's centralized, yeah. You save your money, you you deposit your money to the bank, but before you withdraw or do anything, you have to still take permission from the bank.
Okay.
So it means there's a third party that controls the in and out of funds in the bank. Do you get?
Yes, sir.
But decentralization removes that third party. Decentralization means you own your funds. This thing I'm explaining now is actually DeFi, but I'm using it to explain centralization and decentralization.
Okay.
So you own your funds, you deposit at any time, you withdraw at any time. Okay,
Okay. You don't
so
need any permission.
you don't need it. Yes, permissionless. Thank you. So that's one thing. But what I just explained now, anywhere you go, that thing is actually DeFi. I just explained DeFi in I just graphically explained DeFi now. But um, in the regular Web2, Web3 space, yeah,
Yes, sir.
what the differences between the both is actually this permission and permissionlessness. Let me not bite my tongue.
Yes, I understand. I understand.
So that's one. Then um, the centralized space, yeah, that's the regular Web2 now. It's the usual is the when we talk about data now, yeah, that's in the social space. The Web2 space, you you don't have ownership of your data. Let's say, for example, Facebook, Facebook, which other YouTube, some of all these Web2 regular Web2 platforms, Google. Now, most times when you post, when you talk about stuffs on social media, yeah, your data, everything you drop online, yeah, you're not sure, you're not certain that those things you're posting is safe to just you. How do I explain this now? How do I
Yes,
narrow
I
it down?
understand what you're saying. I think I've read something like that. But blockchain is safe. Like it is not prone to hacking and all of that.
Not really that.
Okay.
I'm trying to talk about privacy now.
Okay.
Do you understand? I'm trying to talk about privacy. That some of this data that actually exposed to some of this firm, yeah, in the
Mm-hmm.
Web3 space, in the Web3 platform, yeah, you have ownership to those data. You can actually sell those data. I think in the Ton blockchain now, you can sell your chart. There's a product doing that already, on Ton blockchain. You can sell your charts. You can sell your username. Do you understand? You can make
Yeah.
money with the data you post online. But the regular Web2 space, you don't have ownership to those things. It's out already. So
Mm.
you are not really the owner of what you do in those space. For Web3 space is bringing privacy, is bringing ownership, is removing that third party policy.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So the same thing comes into community now. The regular Web2 space, in the regular Web2 space, communities in the Web2, I've told you about decision making. In the Web2 space, decision making depends on the leads of that particular firm. But in Web3 space, most times decision is left for the community to make. Okay,
Okay.
that's one. Then another thing is you've heard of airdrops.
Yes, sir.
Good. Airdrops are not actually a money making means. So airdrops are actually a means to reward active members in a particular community. It's a Web3 means, it's a Web3 method of rewarding their active community. Okay.
Okay.
Um, I'm not sure if there is any particular way Web2 space using, I'm not sure if there's any strategy they use in rewarding their community members, but in the Web3 space, airdrops are actually a means to reward community members. So this is another clear difference. Forget the fact that airdrop is like a money making machine for some people now, but in the actual sense, airdrops were actually created to reward active community members. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So I wanted to use this particular time now and also and show the difference between the regular traditional community space and the regular Web3 community. When you talk about managing these communities, it's actually different too with the Web2 space. The Web3 space is different. So we're actually focused on the Web3 community part, yeah? So Web3 community management. In a Web3 community management, like we said, it's actually decentralized. Users hold their own, they're in charge of their tokens, they're in charge of their data. So decentralization is actually seen majorly in the Web3 community. And in terms of voting, I'm talking about management now, how Web3 community management happens, okay? So some of the tools, some of the platforms you see people doing community management in the Web3 space include Discord, Telegram. I think Slack one of them now, and other stuffs like Snapshot. Snapshot is now part of it. So funny enough, I think
Okay.
I've seen a community that make use of Snapshot. So
Wow.
yeah, so communities like platforms like Gamic now. Gamic is now one of them. Um, I've mentioned Discord, Telegram, Snapshots, Slack, and Gamic. So when we talk about Web3 community management, these are some of the platforms you make use of in managing some of the Web3 communities. Um, I really don't have time now. I wanted to like say, okay, using Discord, this is how you go about it, creating channels, creating bots. No, I don't think we'll have time for all those things. The same thing for Telegram. So um, moving further, the next phase, the next tutors are going to expatiate on that, how to basically use some of these tools and manage Web3 community. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so yeah, so while managing the Web3 community, how do Web3 community motivate their users? I've talked about airdrops, where you are giving, where their product or project give certain percentage of their tokens to their users, certain percentage of their tokens to the community. Yeah, so these are some of the things you can't see in the Web2 space. Let's say, for example, Nike. Nike has, yeah, thank God, something just came to my head now. In the Web2 space, yeah, what they call community is actually their fan base. Do you understand?
Yes,
Like,
that's
I think every brand like Nike, Adidas, Facebook, they have their fan base. That's actually their community. So if you check well, how do these guys actually reward their own community members? Have you ever felt rewarded for buying a Nike shoe?
ah
I don't think after spending self, you even be thinking, am I even wearing the right Nike product? Or maybe I'm wearing the fake one. So, but it's totally different in the Web3 space. You get
yes, sir.
um in the Web3 space, yeah. Any project that you end up buying a product from them or doing so, if they don't even have money, they will give you NFT to hold. At least know that we really appreciate you doing so and so for us. Do you get? So
Yes,
the reward system is totally different when it comes to Web3 space. What's this NFT community say? I don't know if you've heard of um BAY. What's that? Board Ape Yacht NFT guys. I think there was that time just people that are holding their NFTs. Yeah, some of them got huge amount of airdrops back then. Yeah, the same thing is happening in Solana now. If you buy a Sika phone, I think people that bought Solana Saga phone that time, most of them are getting huge allocations of airdrops. The same thing with the Sika phone. Currently, the Play Solana now is happening. So the Web3 space, yeah, the Web3 community reward their community members very, very well. Yeah, so if by peradventure, if by God's grace tomorrow you are managing a community, a Web3 community, remember to put stuffs like reward system in your community. Make use of platforms like Discord, Telegram. Discord and Telegram is like the toppest top. Discord is more technical though. So, but make use of platforms like Discord, Telegram, Gamic. If I think Gamic is really building on that platform. So make use of some of these platforms to manage the community and what else? What else? And also give room for your community members to make decisions. Okay,
okay, sir.
so um, I'm trying to check. I'm trying to check the next point I was supposed to talk about. Okay, so I'm actually rounding up now.
Okay.
So if I think, yeah, this is the question. If you were to be in charge, I said if you're to be in charge of a particular Web2 community. So the Web2 community we've been talking about is Marshall community. So if you were to be in charge of Marshall community, how do you think you could actually transition Marshall Marshall community to Web3 community?
To transition the the movie group to a
Yes,
Web3 community.
yes.
Well, I feel like is it like converting them to Web3, like the whole group as a whole to Web3?
We've talked about Marshall Group and Value Corp.
Yes,
Marshall Group is the regular Web2. Value Corp is like a
yes.
Web3 community. So how do you
Yeah.
think we can transition Marshall Group to look like something like Value Corp?
Okay, okay, to look like something like ValueCorp. So it is not changing
Yes.
to a Web3. We're just using Web3 strategies or something.
Yes, let's use your three strategies and swap them.
Oh, okay. And then I'll have to input the reward system. That's the
You
first
have to impute what?
reward system.
Okay.
Like since the community is just for interactions and movie recommendations, so I'll have to make the community members get rewards. That's the first thing. So something like maybe we'll have maybe somebody, the highest streamer or maybe the one that watches the most movies will get a particular prize. It could be data, it could be airtime or something like that, something around that. Or maybe free streaming um platform for movies. Like I mean somebody that actively engages in the community activities and all of that. Then we can also make the community um we can try to make the community decentralized by making all community members have you know equal say, equal access and round table discussions without anybody being above the other. Something like that. I'm not really sure.
Well, you did good though. You're very, very correct. So what it means is tomorrow now you could actually scout for community management job, and if you explain this thing now, you're doing well. So let's talk about some of the unique challenges. You actually did well with your answer. Don't mind me. You did well with your answer.
Thank you, sir.
So y- let's look at some of the unique challenges that we normally encounter with Web3 communities. Yeah. So, Web3 communities, like I mentioned, they are decentralized communities. And
Yes.
when I'm saying they are decentralized communities, it's sounding dope, Abby.
Yes, sir.
It's sounding dope, but it can be very tricky, sha. Now, first, coordinating these guys, like I said, community is a gathering of human beings, and Web3 is not limited to just Nigerians. It's a global firm. It's a global stuff. Okay, so if tomorrow you are managing a Web3 community, one thing you should know that you're not dealing with just people in your time zone. I hope you understand. You're dealing with
Okay.
you're dealing with global um I want to say global conglomeration, but that's true. You're dealing with human beings from different parts of the world. So the time you are sleeping, some people are awake in that community. The time you are awake, some people are sleeping. Okay, so coordinating these people are not it's not gonna be easy. So this is like one of the major challenge when you are dealing with Web3 community. Okay, so aligning thousands of people across what am I even saying? I wanted to say across. I'm saying Accra. Aligning, bringing different people, thousands of people from different time zones across different time zones without somebody they call boss, without it's decentralized now, without somebody they're calling boss. It's not going to be easy. Okay, this is where your time management skills come in. But I think what people do now, what most firms do now, is they hire different community managers. So they hire people that will handle it in the night. When they are sleeping, there's somebody awake. When the other person is sleeping, there's another person who is in the right time zone for people that are not sleeping. Okay. So, but if you are the only one they employ to manage a particular Web3 community, just know that you're going to be available when you don't want to be available.
Ah,
So this is like one of the basic challenge community managers face handling Web3 communities. Okay,
okay.
so it's not going to be hard when you're a real hustler because you're sounding like somebody that can you can kill for it.
What did you say?
I said you're sounding like somebody that can kill for it. Yeah, there is money in it, but I'm just trying to open you to some of the challenges involved.
Okay.
So, coordination, that's coordinating thousands of persons across different time zones is one of the challenges. Then, secondly, another challenge I want to mention is inclusivity. People being included in this thing, people feeling inclusive in a particular community. I will explain this thing and I'll use a particular firm to explain it. Okay. Sorry, let me get my power bank.
Okay, sir.
So, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So, I said inclusivity. Yeah. So, Web3 space, Web3 community per se. When it comes to Web3, I've mentioned you're going to be hearing stuff like a token to a particular community. Like Solana now, they have their own token. Every other project, sorry, excuse me, every other project or people building in the Web3 space, they have their own particular token. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, imagine if for you to be a if imagine if the major criteria for you to be known as a community member of a particular community. Let me use Value Corp for example, but this is an example, okay? I don't think this
Yeah.
thing can happen in Value Corp. It's an example. So let's say, for example, for you to be known as a Value Corp member, you need to own um, a particular allocation of Value Corp don't have token now. Let's say, for example, the token for Value Corp is Corp, $ Corp. So let's say, for example, now for you to own, for you to be known as a member of Value Corp, for you to be recognized as a member of Value Corp community, you need to have a particular allocation of Corp token. I hope I'm not confusing you.
You are not, sir.
All right. So for you to be a member, the let's say Value Corp now brought out the major criteria is for you to have, let's say, up to 10 10 Corp, and maybe that 10 Corp now is worth $2,000, for example. Okay. So um I hope you know that once a criteria like this comes in, it's not everybody that can afford that. It's not
Hmm.
every person that could actually afford that amount of money to buy Corp token so that they could be known as member of Value Corp. It's not everybody that um, will want to. Maybe they have the funds, but they don't want to, spend it on just becoming a member. So this is one challenge people have. I think, like, let me say, for example, now, like the soon blockchain. I said I was going to say the example now. The soon blockchain, yeah, there is this airdrop they wanted to do, and the criteria for you to get that airdrop, I think you have to spend how much self to buy an NFT. You had to spend up to, I think minimum was $1,200 worth. So it got to a point the community started complaining. So I'm just saying this thing as example so that you understand what I'm saying. For people to feel they are part of this community, yeah, they have to get so amount or to buy something or to venture into that particular thing. So uh, inclusivity is like one of the major challenge where three community actually face. Play Solana now for you to be known as a full-time member, you have to order for that their PSG1 gamepad. I be the Game Boy now. The same thing with some
Okay.
other communities. You have to purchase it or you have to do something. So it's not everybody that is opportune or not everybody that has the funds to do stuff like that. So that's why I said inclusivity is one of the major challenge. Then another challenge is toxicity. Um, in Web3 space now, you can't you can't really know you can't really know people. You can't really know people. You can't really know their real face. You can't really tell uh, who is a scammer today and who is not a scammer tomorrow. Like let me explain this thing now. If you check, if you check, there's this Telegram group now. There are some Telegram group that you check now. Some communities now that you check, you see different anonymous names. You see different anonymous profile pictures. So you can't really say this person is legit. This person is a real human being. Some are bots. So the Web3 the Web3 this type of business some abusive. Okay, so this is another challenge community managers actually experience when they deal with Web3 community. Toxic response, toxic. You see the F word.
Mm.
Ah, when you come to crypto space, you see it often and on.
Ah.
Okay, so these are some of the challenges we see handling Web3 community. So um, with that being said, I think we've covered how Web3 community we've covered how communities like the powerhouse for Web3 space, and we've talked about how Web3 communities how communities bring in adoption, governance, and value to Web3 space, and we've talked about the challenges. We've talked about difference between Web2 communities and Web3 communities. So next time we'll get deeper into the tools and some of the tricks that are involved in actually building Web3 communities. So I don't know if you have any question, any comments, anything you want to say, or if there's any project. Maybe I think I'll ask you to go and check out. If you really want to understand what I just talked about now, if you really want to understand it very well, check out DAOs. There are different
That
DAOs
was.
out there. Yeah, DAOs, DAO.
Oh, okay. Where do I check them out?
Google it. Google it.
Okay.
Constitution DAO is there. Jupiter DAO is there. Check them out and understand how the understand how they do their daily running and their daily running of activities in that particular DAO. Check them out, do research on them, find out how they run their activities in that community. You will understand this thing I said better. You even understand what I mean by governance when you check out DAOs. DAOs have a very way of giving you vivid explanation of what I just talked about.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so I'm open to any questions now.
Oh yes, thank you so much, sir. Well, I don't really have any question except okay, I'm very new in this space. Like I just delved into Web3 space like um early this month, sha. So ValueCop was the first community I joined, and that's why I'm in this boot camp. So the only thing that like I actually noticed that community management is like something I can't do. Like it is my thing. That's why I decided to okay apply for this boot camp. But then, as I said, like I'm very new in this space. I've been reading some books on um Bitcoin basics, introduction to Web3 and all of that. So like I want to know, are there any other things I can do to understand more about the Web3 ecosystem? Not community management now. I mean Web3 as a whole. Like how to, understand the ecosystem so that it's not be like when like they are talking in class or when tutors are talking, I would not understand some things. Like when you mentioned about decentralized and all of that, if I'd actually read up on that, I would have, known it. So you wouldn't need to explain. So like I'm
It's
trying
fine.
to
It's fine. There's always a starting point, yeah.
okay.
The first thing I'll even ask you, I hope you're active on Twitter, X
I'm not really
platform.
active, but like I just want to start being active now.
Yes, because that's actually one of the major platform Web3 stuffs are really, really if you really want to get updated every minute, every second about Web3, that's one of the major places you'll get detailed informations. So, but um, first, be active with have an active X account, and then X account I mean Twitter, and
Yeah.
then I think Value Corp, you're actually on the right path since you are in Value Corp currently and in the community. I think the question you asked about how do you start getting to know Web3 stuffs, and don't worry, everything is stage by stage. And personally, I'll tell you how I got to learn about Web3 stuffs and got to this level now is number one, if you are curious to learn, it's going to push you to doing research, doing stuffs, and reading, checking out videos on YouTube and all. Okay, so another thing is you might not know, but the founder for Value Corp now is actually the person that brought me into the space. So I'll tell you, when I said you're actually in the right path, I'm not kidding. I'm not saying it to flatter anybody. I'm saying it because if you take it serious, then give yourself 3 months. You should see with 3 months, if you're active with Value Corp, within 3 months, if you're active with Value Corp, then you should know the level you are.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. And subsequent classes, it will be different with us, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Or are you coming for another class?
I don't know if they call me, I'll come, but it's supposed to be different tutors though.
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you so much for the class. I have really learned so much from this session.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Marshall. Marshall, is Marshall your full name?
No, that's my full name. It's just a Monica. My name
Please,
is
what's your
Abdulmalik.
full name?
My name is Abdulmalik. Abdulmalik. Like
Abdul Malik.
Abdulmalik.
I know,
Yes.
I'm familiar with the name Abdul Malik. What's Abdul Malik from what state?
I'm from Oyo State, but I school in OAU. Like in,
OAU.
yes, Obafemi Awolowo University.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. All right. Nice to meet you, Marshall.
Nice
So
to meet you.
subsequently, I think I'm active. I'm active. If there's anything, you just reach out to the Value Corp community manager, and we'll get it
Oh,
done. Okay.
all right, sir. Thanks so much, sir.
Uh,
Good night.
hold on, hold on. I think Kelsey have something to say.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Hi.
Kelsey.
Hi, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Good evening. So, yeah,
Good
thank you,
evening.
Mr. Evans, for coming here. Network tried to really mess things up, but thank God that we were able to finish up the session. Thank you, Marshall, for being here with us. So, I'm sure that this call is actually recorded, but and then people can actually listen to it. Please, if you've been given assignments, please do well to turn it in on the website, and always check your mails, and then on the gimmick channel there is a there's an update um slide. If you check very well, you see, please, attention to details matter here. Attention to details matter so much. Read the instructions, follow up the links. None of these things are actually very hard to do. Thank you very much, and see you in our next class. Bye.
And please, before you go, first,
Yeah.
I was not given any assignments.
Oh,
Second,
Mr. Edward, no assignment.
you did not give me an
Uh,
assignment. Then
hold on,
second,
hold on.
okay,
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 sir.
please
yeah, go
hold on.
ahead.
Please hold on. Hold on, please.
He said second of all before I called out
Yes,
something.
second, she was talking about gimmick, like the gimmick channel. I I'm not on the gimmick channel. Like I have the gimmick app downloaded. I've signed up, but like I'm not on any channel. Like it's just there. Is there a link to join the channel? Are you listening?
Yes, I'm listening. See, on the
Oh yes, I said I'm not on the gimmick like channel. I think are you talking about Value Cup gimmick channel?
yes, yes, this boot camp, yes.
Oh, I'm not on the channel. Is there a
Okay, are
link
you
for
in
it?
our hold on, are you in our Telegram community?
Yes, I am.
Hello?
Hello, yes, I answered you. I said I'm in the community, in Telegram
Okay,
community.
okay, don't worry, we'll send messages there, please, so that we can rectify whatever issue you have. Just
Oh,
just type just say hi, like right now, so we can see the message and we will respond to it.
all right. I'll send the message now.
And yeah, you can also retweet this class on Twitter, on X rather, share what you learned,
Okay.
and then yes. Thank you.
All right.
All
All right.
right. So concerning the assignment, Marshall, I gave you assignment. Just that you didn't. I didn't say it. I didn't say this is an assignment. I said check
Okay,
out.
fine.
I said check out the whole communities. Do you remember that?
Yes, Jupiter Dao and all of that.
Yes. Good. That's actually the assignment. Check them
So
out.
I should write about them or what?
Yes. Write about them. Check. I told you to check their daily how they do their daily activities, how they run their community.
So different
So
DAOs and how they run their daily activities.
good, not different DAO. I mentioned two, Jupiter
Okay.
and Constitution DAO.
Okay, I'll write it down. Jupiter and
Good.
Constitution DAO.
Yes, do a research on them, analyze them, and then tell me. Yeah, the one now making me to make this thing as an assignment. I said this thing casually, but he didn't take it serious.
Okay.
So tell me how they run their daily activities, and how some of their, if there is any strategy they did that contributed to their growth.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, that's your assignment. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for this class, sir.
You're welcome. Kelsey,
All right, I'm here.
over
I'm
to
here. Okay, I think that's all for today. Please, let's
Okay,
go and
then
sleep.
I'll send the message on the Telegram. Thank you. Good night.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you, Evans. I'm so grateful. Thank you,
thank you
Gladness,
too.
Mrs. Victoria, Marshall, and my humble self. So, without any more statements, we can call this a wrap. See you next week, Monday. Bye.